What kind of husband goes grocery shopping with his wife?
In the coming weeks, months, and years, we are going to see an exponential increase in this tactic, which is to try to paint being a normal human or sharing in domestic and emotional labor, being a caring partner, just being an adult, as somehow feminized. And that is an effort to weaponize shame, as always, against men and boys to make them avoid becoming competent and becoming caring humans. And we're already in the midst of a male loneliness and isolation crisis, which is actually just like an emotional and social and relational skills gap. Let's say that again. The male loneliness epidemic is actually an emotional, relational, and social skills gap between those who are socialized masculine and those who are socialized feminine. And in order to close that gap, we need men in gender sensitive solidarity cohorts and boys to cultivate those skills because they're a part of being a human. They're part of having an enriching life, of living a longer life, of feeling fulfilled, is to have connections with others, right? But if the so called family values party and ideologies are going to discourage men from participating in their own family units and from developing those skills, we're going to see an even worse situation where more and more young men and boys are going to feel lonely and isolated because they don't want to appear feminine, so they're not going to want to chip in the household chores and the shopping, and by chip in I just mean like share as well, not even chip in, hey, I'm helping out. No, take responsibility, take ownership, cultivate the skill of taking care of your own responsibilities, your household, right? And under our current economic conditions and inflation and consumer price increases and wage inequality, it is unreasonable to set ourselves to a standard of like a single income household. So despite what Donald has said about it becoming a true meritocracy, things are not going to reflect that. Our economic environment's not going to reflect that. And boys and men are going to look around and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, even though we took away DEI, I'm not crushing it. I'm not able to afford 2 kids and a wife and support all of them and still keep my shit together. What's going on? Am I not as good as I thought I was? And then we're going to see more mental health spirals and, unaliving. And there's no way this ends well. So what we can do is take actionable steps to call this behavior to attention and push against it. And every opportunity you get, highlight men who are showing up in domestic labor, who are taking ownership of domestic labor, who are doing not just half, but the majority. Like, let's flip those scripts and see, hey, look at these successful folks, maybe especially if they are examples of guys who identify as like more conservative or libertarian, but then showcase, hey, look, he shows up because that's what being a dad or a partner is showing up in this way. It's not a gendered, like grocery shopping is not a gendered task. Anyway, haven't posted in a while, more to come. This is crazy.